Hello and welcome to my channel on the Hook Crochet, where we talk about wearable crochet style. And today let's find out what's on the hook. I always say that every single week. I say that, and I have a good time saying it because I am talking about what's on the hook. I have a finished object that I'm wearing right now. Last week, the beautiful Crystal over here was wearing half of this sweater, and this week I crocheted the back, I sewed it together, and I put the ribbing around the arms and ribbing around the sleeve. And I'll stand up and show this to you here in just a second. But I wanted you to know I've been a busy bee. I've been a very busy bee this week doing mostly crochet. I don't have a knitting project on the needles because I finished a knitting project right here, and I want to talk about that in a minute. Now, first of all, I want to tell you there are no mid-roll ads in my videos. You don't have to hit skip and stop and watch and be interrupted by those. And if you want to help me, because I don't make any money off of that, because I don't run any ads during my videos, you can become a member of the channel, and you can also go to my gift shop. And my gift shop on my website, I'll put the link down in the description box. You can find all kinds of gifts and merch, especially if Christmas is coming up. So many beautiful things there, and also on my Etsy shop. And let me show you, it's really kind of a shop update right now. I'll just go ahead and do that and show you what's new in the shop. Now, what's not new are the books that I have, the journals, notes, and ideas. And this is the wildflower design, very beautiful. I use this all the time, and it's got things stuck in it, pieces of paper. And then this one I showed last week. This is called the Pumpkin Spice Edition, and beautiful design on that book. Very nice. It's also a design on the inside. I'll show this again because y'all wanted to see it. This is the design on the inside, and also on the inside of the back cover. Mr. On the Hook has placed a design there that you can see. It kind of continues on from front to back. I really love that. He's done a great job with these. This is so nice and great for a gift. Now, I asked him to design something with cardinals because, as you know, right over there's one of my cardinal bags that a friend of mine made. Her name is Jo, and is a beautiful designer of a beautiful designer of project bags, and she gave me that for promoting her bags. It's so beautiful. I use it. I love it. I've got a whole lot of yarn in there and things that I'm going to work on hopefully next year. But this year I asked Mr. On the Hook to design a cardinal line of merchandise, and he's working on that right now. But he has the first piece out there for everyone, and this is called the personalized journal. And because of that, you can put your name at the top. I've got one with my name on it. See, it says Jeannie's Journal. Love this. And look at the cardinal design. It is absolutely gorgeous. He's found this artist who does beautiful watercolor work, and he buys these from her, and she is more than willing to let him use them on our gifts. And so that is the front of the book, and on the back is another design by her of different cardinals. See, there's a female cardinal and a male cardinal on that side, and then on the front is also a female and a male. There's a male right there. They're more colorful, and it's a different picture. If I'll just flip it around and watch this, it's a little bit different on the back, and I really love that. Anyway, you can put any name you want on this journal, and he'll go in and take care of it for you and get it sent off to be made. And you can buy these for yourself, like I did. I ordered one for me, and I'll also probably order some of those for Christmas because they're an easy, beautiful gift. People love books. And, you know, if you really want to go all out, you can buy him a nice pen to go with it. But I think that's a really nice gift for Christmas. And I wanted him to design something right now so that you could go out and take care of it if you want to do that, or if you want to think about it. It's on the Etsy shop. These are only available on the Etsy shop. Just one particular thing that you personalize. We finally got a way to do that on Etsy. So it's on the Etsy shop. But you can go on my regular website and see the other different designs, the pumpkin spice, the wildflowers. All those are available on my regular website, along with other gifts and mugs and things like that. So that's my shop update for this week. Okay, now I want to answer some questions. I like to do that at the beginning of my show, and y'all have loved it. You've told me that you really like for me to do that, so that's what I'm doing I'll probably do this every week if I get questions in comments from the last video. And this is one here from Arlene. Thank you, Arlene. And she says, can you make a striped fall shirt with vertical stripes? Well, I made this one for Lori. This is the east to west stripes. And I'll make one for you, Arlene. If I can get around to it, I'll have that on my list of things to do. And it'll be with vertical stripes. Now, I do have one with vertical stripes, and it's called side to side pullover, I believe it is, the side to side, and I'll put a picture of it right here. It's the side to side sweater, and that is vertical stripes, but I can always design a different one with different edgings on it and a different process, because that is crocheted from left to right, and we can crochet one top to bottom if you want to. We'll see. I'll just have to look and see how to do that. I think mostly crocheting it from side to side is the smartest way to do it if you're crocheting in stripes. And you can also use a striped yarn. You know, yarn comes in stripes. I think Red Heart has some. All the brands have a self-striping yarn, and you can use that as well if you want to just make a regular sweater and go side to side, or make a vertical sweater east to west. I make some of those as well. So Arlene, thank you for that suggestion. Now, Brenda asks, will you add PayPal as a payment method on your website? It's already there, Brenda. It's on our website, and also Mr. On the Hook checked this morning, and it's on Etsy as well. So you can use your PayPal account to buy anything on our gift sites, whether on the website or on Etsy. So there you go. What is, Brenda also asked, what is the finished measurement for the cozy coverlet? The cozy coverlet, and that would be 40 by 40. I make most of my little throws and blankets 40 by 40, so I can use them as baby blankets for our church, or I can send them for Boggy Creek blankets, or keep them by our chairs and, you know, throw over our legs in the wintertime or whatever. But usually they're 40 by 40, or maybe a little bit longer, 40 by 45, something like that. Let's see, Karen asks, what do you do with your extra diamond drills after finishing a picture? Well, I've saved most of them, and I have a drawer with Ziplocs in order of DMC colors, and that's the colors that they use for embroidery thread and also for diamonds, diamond drills. And I have a whole set of those, and I will go through, when I finish a painting, I will take each color from the painting that's left over, the drills that are left over, and pour them into those Ziplocs that I have in my storage. Now, for the last one I did, I think Majestic Garden, I think I just threw those away because I didn't have very many left over, and the time it takes to put them into my storage is time that I could be crocheting or knitting or doing diamond painting. So I don't always do it, but mostly I do. I will put the diamond drills in, and I also have a drawer for square drills and a drawer for round drills because they're different. You don't want to mix them together. So it's a big process, and the paintings that I do are very, very large, and so sometimes I have so many it's just overwhelming, but I do manage to either save them as one piece, and I'll put them in a Ziploc all together until I have time to put them into storage, or I'll put them in storage right away. Thank you for your question, Karen. Thanks so much. And then could you show your haircut from the back? And I'll switch around and I'll show it from the back. It's just a short haircut, and my hair curls on its own. I do a little bit of help. I do give it a little bit of help, but mostly it is curly on its own. So I showed you the back. I also show the back when I do what I'm wearing, but I'm kind of standing far away. So that's kind of a close-up for you. And thank you for asking that. And that's from Shizuzi, and that is her YouTube name, I guess. Unless that's her real name, I don't know. And then, what is the little flower in the cherry blossom painting? And Shizuzi asked that as well. The little flower in the cherry blossom painting is, I think, a cherry blossom. I don't know which little flower you were referring to, but it is a cherry blossom picture, and it's right there. I have it in timeout, and I've only done a little bit of work on it because I have a brand new diamond painting that came in from Jade at Jaded Gem Shop, and I'm just real excited about it. I have some video of unboxing and also of the painting, and I will show you that right now. Just a short video to show you. This is the new Meeting on the Turret Stairs diamond painting, and there's a picture of it right there. A Meeting on the Turret Stairs, and this is from Jade of Jaded Gem Shop, and this is what it looks like when you receive a diamond painting. Different companies do it different ways, but this is a very long, as you can see, it's a long box, and inside the box the diamond painting is rolled up. This is the canvas all rolled up here. If you look down in there, you'll see some a package right there of drills, and I took one package already that was out on the top, and this is what it looks like. This is a package of drills, different colors. See all those different colors, and they're packed very beautifully in a Ziploc bag, as you can see right there, a Ziploc bag, and it's labeled 404. So there are 4 of these bags in the box. I haven't gotten them all out yet, and this one says 2AB 2G. See it right there, 2AB 2G. That means there are 2 colors with Aurora Borealis, which are shiny, very extra shiny resin, and then 2G, which are glimmer resin, which I haven't seen yet, but we'll certainly look for it. I'll look at it and see what it looks like. But I just wanted to show you what it's like to get one of these in the mail. It's really exciting. It hasn't been that long since we decided to collaborate, the two of us, and so I'm really excited to get this today. Also, on the very top, it had this little placeholder. I'm sorry, it's called something I can't remember, but you hold the plastic back. Is what I use it for, to hold the plastic up while you're working on your diamond painting, and then you can move this out of the way and throw the plastic back down onto the diamond painting. Depending on if you're using the plastic, you might be using the release papers, which are white papers that you can lay onto your canvas to keep it from getting dust on it. But this was on top, right here, on top of the package of colors, and also some washi tape. Very cute, and this is what you put around the edge of your diamond painting if it's sticky. If it's not, I'm not going to worry about it, but sometimes the adhesive is out beyond the actual painting, and so you get your arm stuck in it all the time, in your hand. So I put washi tape down to make the edge nice and slick so it don't stick to it. So those are 2 extra things that came, and I'm going to dig around here and find some more stuff. And I'll be right back. Also in the box is a sheet with the colors in little stickers. As you can see, those are loose, and so they will go on to my containers, and then I will pour the colors in there. And as you can see, there are 63 colors in this painting, 63 colors. And there is a picture of the finished painting. Very beautiful, really super nice. And also found the more of the colors. Here's 404, 304, 204, and 104. These are all packed solid with drills in there, all different colors, beautiful colors. Look at that. Oh, this is going to be such a pleasure to diamond paint. It may take me a while though, because I unrolled the canvas, and this is what it looks like on my floor. Sorry, I don't mean to show you my messy place, but this is the floor, and there is the canvas. And so it's a very large canvas. Let's see if it says on here how large it is. No, it doesn't say, but I think I figured it was 27 by 33 or something like that. I don't think that's right though, but I'm going to bend down here and unroll the rest of this. It's a little bit rolled up, so I'm going to unroll it. There we go. Now it's all basically unrolled. We'll get back here and look at it again. This is how big it is. So, you know, it's pretty good size. It's going to take me a while to diamond paint this, but it's quite lovely. And thank you to Jade of Jaded Gem Shop. She's going to collaborate with me on this. And each week I'll show the progress that I've made on this beautiful meeting on the turret stairs. And I'll find out who the artist is, and I'll put it on the screen right here and let you know who that is. But and a beautiful, beautiful painting, and I can't wait to get started on it. Thank you, Jade. I also have an update for what I've done on my brand new diamond painting, the one that I just showed you, and let me show you that now. Now, a quick look at what I've done on my brand new diamond painting. This is sponsored by Jade at Jade Gem Shop. I'll put a link to her shop down in the video description down below here, and I will also put a discount code for you to use. If you'd like to, you can use that code for anything in her shop. It's 20% off, and you'll find the code down in the description box down below. And this is what I've done today. I have it on my easel now, and it's actually rolled up back here. As you can see, it's rolled up, and I have it connected right here so that it won't drag the floor in the back. But I've got it rolled up, and I've started on the lower left square. And this is what I've done. I did this in one night after I'd already been working on it all day, getting the colors set up, and I'll show you that in a second. But this is how much I've done in the corner. There's a lot of what we call graffiti. No, not graffiti, confetti. We call it confetti in here, and I'm still not finished. See, there's some squares that I haven't filled in yet, and all down here I haven't done. So it'll probably be another evening just finishing that square, and then we'll move on to this one, and then to this one, and then to this one, and we'll gradually finish our painting. So this is the bottom of the painting where her shoes are, and his shoes are right there. So it'll come together, I guarantee it. You just have to bite off a little bit each night and diamond paint enough that you can see some progress moving from day to day. So that's my progress there. Now here are the colors that I've set up. I'm using an Elizabeth Ward. Let me turn the light on here so you can see. These are the colors I'm using. This is the Elizabeth Ward containers. And I'll put a link to that as well. And this is an example of a large container. There's the label that is sent to, when you buy a diamond painting, you usually get a label if the drills are in a cutaway bag. So you have to open the bag, and you can't reuse the bag. It's not easy. You could use a paper clip, I guess, but I like to put those into containers like this, and you can kind of judge how many you're going to need. And these Elizabeth Wards come in all different sizes, and they are a little bit pricey. But you know, I've used these a whole lot. I've used them on 10 paintings or more. I've just used them quite a bit. And what you do is you just put the label on each one, and then you can find it very easily if you arrange them in the number that they appear on the color chart. Now, the color chart is here on the canvas right there. See it along the bottom? Now, that was not easy enough for me to read. It's small. And that's the one complaint I have about this particular canvas, but it's not a big deal. I'll show you what I did. I took a picture with my phone of each section, maybe 10 rows, and I blew it up. I actually focused in on it, and I used my fingers to expand it. You know how you do. I took the picture, and then I printed each picture off, and I taped them together. Now here is an example of what they look like right here. There they are. And I have them hanging up. Let me step back. I have them hanging up above my easel here so I can see the numbers. So there you go. That's what I did. And it makes it really easy. You just look up and you can see the symbol, and you can see right there, you can see the symbol, and you can also see the number. So when I find the symbol on the painting, then I look over here and I find the number that matches it, and I can get the drills out right then and pour them into my little tray right here. Pour them into the tray, and then use my pen to put them onto the canvas. So that's kind of basics for diamond painters, but y'all that diamond paint know all that. Just wanted to tell you how I did it, and trying to make it efficient so that I can see the numbers and I'm not struggling and straining to see what the numbers are. So that's how I do it. And also, somebody asked about this. This is my light pad, and it goes up 3 notches, and you can see very, very well behind it. See that? Look, you can see those symbols much easier with the light behind it. So this is a very large painting right here. Very large painting. So it's going to take me a while to finish it. And I did put one of them in timeout. Let me show you that. This is Cherry Blossom. This is what I've been working on, and I have worked all the way up to right there, about halfway. See, well, not halfway, about a third of the way. But that's how far I have gotten on this, and I've put these drills away in a little plastic bag, and I will get those back out when I finish my meeting on the turret stairs. But I wanted to show you what I did with that, and I'll tell you how to store these too. It's easy. You use a skirt hanger right here. See, you use a skirt hanger, and you fold the painting back on the back, and then you place the skirt hanger on there and do the same thing on the other side. And you can hang it up in your closet. You can hang it in your coat closet. You can hang it. I've got mine on a garment rack right here. See my garment racks? I just have it hanging on the front there so I can see it and I can remember to finish it. I will remember to finish it, but I'm working on my other one right now. So this is in timeout, and that's okay. It's still pretty hanging up there, and I'll get back to it when I finish my other diamond painting. Now, to keep on with diamond painting, I know some of y'all probably don't diamond paint, but you like to watch me, and I don't show you how to diamond paint. I show you what I've done on my diamond paintings. And so I took a short video of a tour of my main room where I have a lot of my diamond paintings hung up. I also have a lot of them upstairs, but I'm just going to show you that main room with the living room, dining room, and I wanted to show you how that I hang them on the wall. I always hang them up. I don't ever put them under the bed. I hang them up, and I have two of my newest paintings in this video along with some of the ones that you might remember. Some of y'all have asked where my majestic garden went, and I just saw this is my the garden at Argenteuil by Claude Monet on my wall above one of my easy chairs here. And around the corner here, I have hung the majestic garden right here above my thermostat in the hallway. And I just thought you might like to see that. I don't think I showed this other one. This is Majestic Garden Wet Night. This is my kitchen over here. And I hung this one right inside the garage door into the house. And look how beautiful that turned out. I really like it on this light wall. It looks very pretty. And the yellow in the painting brings out the yellow in the wall. So I really enjoy hanging my diamond paintings everywhere. I don't put them under my bed, which I've been tempted to do, but I have been hanging them up everywhere around my house. So I thought I'd take you on a little walk through my foyer hallway, my back foyer hallway, and then the picture of, or the painting of Monet right there. And as you look around, I'm just going to swing around here and show you the diamond paintings that I have. Way over here is let me point to it. A diamond painting is a graphic art painting. It's not by an artist as you might think, but let me take you over here and show you this one. It's been a while since I hung this one up. I also framed it in blue, which is a blue that's taken from the painting itself, and it looks really pretty on the yellow wall right there. And that's one that I have. And then swinging around here, it's like a tour of my living room here. Oh, above the fireplace, I have Angel playing a flageolet that I ordered from Heaven and Earth Designs, the canvas. And I believe Jade of Jada Gem Shop gave me the drills for that, or I ordered the drills from her. This is one of my most beautiful paintings. I just really love it. I've hung it over the fireplace. And then swinging around here, I've hung up the Starry Night by Van Gogh, but it's actually not Starry Night. It's a different one. Starry Night over the river or something like that. Can't remember it, but I framed it in just kind of a plain brown frame right there. As you can see, it really sets it off. I like the dark frames on the yellow walls. And over here is another Van Gogh. This is Irises by Van Gogh. Oh, such a beautiful painting. I'm really loving that. It's just so beautiful. Really love that painting. It's right here by the door to my studio. And if you look down here, there's another painting that's, it was one of the first ones I ever did. This is a painting, and the whole thing isn't diamond painting. All in here is just fabric, and it is quite beautiful. I really like it. I actually had that one matted and framed, and I'm really loving that. And then over here, we swing around here. Some of these are from my family, but this is the portrait of Dr. Goulet, I believe it is his name. This is by Van Gogh, And it's a portrait of the last doctor that he had that was helping him with his mental illness. And I have that hanging in the foyer to my studio. And then around here, I'll take you on a little tour here. Mr. On the Hook's office over here. And I have another Van Gogh here. Let me get up here where you can see it. This is a Van Gogh. Can't remember the name of it, but it's a beautiful painting. I'm really loving the yellow, and it kind of matches the, well, it's a little bit stronger than the yellow on the walls, but it does bring out the color. So beautiful. And up here, above that, I have a little niche right there where I keep some of my religious things. And up here, oh my goodness, there's Da Vinci's Salvator Mundi, beautiful painting by Leonardo da Vinci. And then over here is a painting by William Bouguereau. I believe his name was William. It's Bouguereau is the last name. This is the Virgin of the Lilies, quite large. That's about a 3 by 5 foot painting. If you can see, I'll back up just a little bit. You can see how big it is. It's huge. I had to have somebody actually come and hang that for me. It was so amazingly big, but it's in a great place. And there's that one also. We had them both hung up by a professional because we want to really climb the ladders. And then right here by the front door, I have my Romeo and Juliet painting. And this is on the back. I don't know if you can see that. It's on the back of a little cabinet that I have in the corner right here. See how it is? There's an ugly cord right there. But it kind of stands in the corner of the dining room because the dining room doesn't have any walls on two sides. So there's the painting. We hang something on the back of that all the time, and this is what we've hung on it this week, or whenever I have to change my paintings around to accommodate the new ones. So I usually move this, whatever painting is here, I'll move it somewhere else. And then finally, there's my Baby Grand. Love it. I play it sometimes. I'm not really good enough to play on cue. And over here is my dining room. See, there's my table. And this is my grandfather's clock that my mother gave me before she died. She gave me this beautiful grandfather's clock, and I have it on chimes today. I don't know if you'll hear them or not, but it's a beautiful clock, and it chimes every 15 minutes. Quite lovely. And then over here is a diamond painting that I have. It's called Jesus' Blessing, and it's from a stained glass over in Europe somewhere. And it's a diamond painting, of course, and I saw this in one of the companies, Paint by Diamonds or something, and I just absolutely loved it. So it went up on the wall in my dining room. I thought that was an appropriate place for it. So there's a little tour of my diamond paintings on the main floor. I have lots of them upstairs in the boys' room. When they come and visit, they have some diamond paintings that I've done just for them. But I just wanted you to see how I hang them up in my house. I just love to move them around, and they're such an addition to our home here, and I get to look at my work on the wall every single day. I hope you enjoyed that diamond painting videos. I made several this week, and I wanted you to see those because it is one of my main hobbies, one of my 3. And the second hobby I have is knitting, and this is a finished object, and I showed this last week, but I want to show you some mistakes that I've made. I know I said I didn't make mistakes, but I did. I know that you knitters will understand when I say you have to do your ribbing in a smaller needle, and if I had, this would not be wavy and wobbly. I believe if I'd used a size 7 needle here that it would be a little tighter and it would lay flat. So because this is acrylic, I really doubt I'm going to be able to flatten that out. If it was wool, I might have a chance. But this is the Classic Knit Top by Mama in a Stitch. And I've added sleeves to it. I've talked about those before, but I sewed the sleeves on. I did not add them onto the actual garment yet. I don't know how to do that yet. I'm a beginner knitter. I wanted to show you that you really can have success with an easy pattern like this one. It just has a few rows of garter stitch at the top, and it makes a little bit of a design element at the top, which I really like, and it comes down onto the shoulders, as you can see there. I don't know if you can see that. There we go. You can see that. And then I've added the sleeves to the bottom. And you know, I could have used a smaller needle here. See how that does? I think it would have looked a whole lot better. And I will not be taking that out. But I might make another one and use a smaller needle on the rib at the top. I'm sorry, the rib on the sleeves and also along the bottom. And again, I always learn something when I make a sweater. And for this particular sweater, I should have made it a little bit longer. This is about 1 inch too short, and I'm not comfortable in it like I could be. Now, I might try to stretch it down just a little bit, and if it was wool, it might be easier to do that. But on this one, it's really not very easy because it's acrylic. Very nice. I love this, and I might order it in a different color and just do it again because I can use the same needles that I'm using now. I'm comfortable with those. This is Brava worsted weight from Knit Picks, and love this yarn. It's very, very soft and light. I really like it, and not sponsored by any of these people. But anyway, I just wanted to tell you that I would have used a smaller needle here, and maybe that would have fixed that little bit of waving I have around the bottom. So that's what I've learned by making this particular prototype, but I really like it. I might wear it with some high top jeans or something in the wintertime. I might do that, or in the fall. But again, I'm not as happy with it as I could be, but it is a nice sweater. I really like it. And I'll probably wear it a few times. I don't know if I'll make it one of my go-to sweaters, but maybe my next one will be, because I will have learned something from this one. Now back to crochet. I want to talk about a new pattern that I'm coming out with. I know I'm behind writing patterns. I apologize for that. I owe you a LORRIE'S pattern. I owe you some of the fall Olive's pullover vest. I owe you that one. And then the 2 others that I owe you as well. And I think of it as owing you because I know you write me and you want to make this sweater or that sweater, and I haven't even written the pattern yet, which I apologize for. But it takes a long time to write a pattern, and I've spent a lot of my time actually crocheting and knitting and diamond painting. I haven't really spent enough time writing patterns, so I will try to get to that soon. I have to just sit down and write the patterns, and I'm almost through with Olive's pullover vest. I have most of that written already. I just need to go over it, make sure it's right, and so I don't like to release them unless I read over them, make sure that they're the right recipe. They are not stitch counts or gauges or anything like that. I use measurements, and you will use measurements to make these particular patterns. All of my patterns actually are made with measurements, so they will fit you today and you alone, and you don't have to go by my pattern for your sizing. You can use it, your own measurements for that. And I show you in there in my patterns how to do that. Now this week, I wanted to design a little blanket that you can make from blanket yarn, and it's always on sale somewhere. And I found some at Hobby Lobby that I've really enjoyed. I'm making a Funtime blanket, and I'll show you that in a second, but I'm making a Funtime blanket with it. That's my pattern, and I'll put a link to it in the description box down below me. But I made I want to make a granny square blanket out of blanket yarn. Now I thought that was a really interesting thought I had in my mind, and I have one correction I want to make to this, but this is what I've come up with. This is blanket yarn, and it's a daisy actually in the middle, and there's the center of the daisy, and there's some puff stitching in here, and some I don't know if you call them clusters or something at the top here. They're done with treble crochet, and then a simple edging around the edge, and then we will make 16 of those for a 40 by 40 blanket, because this is right about a little less than 10 inches, and with the joining we'll probably add a little bit more, so you'll have one a little bit bigger than that. And you can also adjust your hook size. Now this one I'm making with a 12mm clover hook. There it is. It's kind of big. It's not a PQ, that's the biggest one. That's a 15mm. This is a 12mm. And it seemed to be a good size for this blanket yarn. And so it's not so huge, like the Funtime blanket. That's really big. But I found this blanket yarn at Hobby Lobby. Really like it. It's called Cozy Occasion. I made my Funtime blanket out of this. I'm not quite finished with it yet, but I am working on it. This is the Cozy Occasion, and this color here is olive, very beautiful. This is ivory in the cozy occasion. Very rich colors. And this is mustard. And this is the color I wanted for the middle. And this will go kind of with my decor in the living room, as you might have seen from my diamond painting. I have a lot of colors in there, but yellow is one of the main colors, and this will go very nicely in there, along with the olive, which is a lot of green in there as well. So this is what it looks like, and I'm going to make one correction. On the corners, I'm going to do something different there because it's pulling right here. And so, as you can tell, I need to make a change. So I'm going to probably take out this white, the ivory, and make a new last row on here. And I think it'll be just right. I know it will be. There was one thing I meant to do and I didn't do it. So that makes the square not be completely square. See? It kind of comes in right here, right before the corner. So I'll probably increase the size of those stitches and it'll be more of a square. But it's pretty good right now. But I've noticed right here, it seems to be a little bit too short right there. So I'll probably add a treble crochet right here. I'll work on that this week. But I wanted to show you that because it's going to be a fun project because you can take it with you. You only need to take 1 or 2 squares with you, enough yarn for that, and that makes it easier to transport. And or if you're at your desk or at your chair, you don't have to have all of the Afghan with you. You can just make it one at a time, just like granny squares. Obviously a very good idea for making a large blanket. You can make it in small squares and then join them together at one time. So that's what I'm making, and I'm going to call that, I think I'm going to call it the Big Stitch Granny Square Throw. I kind of named it yesterday. I think I'm going to call it the Big Stitch Granny Square Throw. So I might put Daisy in the name in there too. I never know. But those are the colors that I chose. You might want to do it in blue and black or white or whatever color. It doesn't matter. But it is designed like a flower in the middle and then a little bit of an edge. So the whole thing will be flowers if you want them to be. Now moving right along, let's take a look at what I'm wearing today. Today I'm wearing the new LORRIE'S sweater, and I love it. I'm not sure if it looks good on me, but I'm not terribly worried about that. I did make it with a lot of ease, as you can see. It's got quite a bit of ease in it. Maybe 2, 4, 6, maybe 8 inches of ease around the bottom. It didn't really need that much, and if I had known how it was going to fit, I probably wouldn't have done that, because it needs to be fitted a little bit closer to me so it doesn't look so bulky, because the yarn is a little bit bulky. It's okay, it's just yarn. You know, it's acrylic, so it's not going to have the drape that wool might have, but I still love it. It's very, very soft, and I'll show you the yarn I used when I get back to my camera. But I made this with what I consider 3/4 sleeves on me. I'm kind of short, so if they're much longer than that, I look kind of dumpy. I don't have the long arms that I'd like to have, so I just make these sleeves a little bit shorter. And this is just barely covers the elbow. See right there? It barely covers the elbow. You can make them, of course, as long as you want. Now these sleeves are crocheted right into the fabric. See right there? They're crocheted because they're stripes. It was so much easier to do it that way, just like my stripes and stripes sweater that I modeled a couple weeks ago. That is also, those sleeves are made into the body as well. I do that on a lot of my patterns because it's just easier to crochet. You don't have that seam at the shoulder. There are a lot of reasons that I crochet the sleeves right into the body, mainly for ease, though. It's a little bit easier to do. But this has a 4x4 ribbing like Lori wanted. She wanted one of my viewers, subscribers, she wanted a sweater that looked like the classic knit sweater that I just showed you on Crystal, but crocheted instead of knitted, which I totally get. So I did the ribbing in 4x4 ribbing there, and around the bottom of the sleeves I did a 4x4 as well. I didn't do anything special at the neck, but just ended up with a dark green, which is in the sweater, but I ended on a dark green row so that it would have a little bit of an edging at the top, but I didn't add anything to it. Now the back looks just about like the front. It is actually the same as the front, and it's pretty easy to make. It's not hard to make at all. And today I am wearing this with some tan dress pants and some new trainers. I guess you call them trainers. They're brown leather with white soles, and I like those. I think they're kind of casual, and it'd be a nice outfit for me to do some errands again today. Friday is usually the day I run errands. I usually have my what I'm wearing sweater on, so I just wear that out when I go out. So I hope you like it. This is the LORRIE'S sweater. Hope to get the pattern out sometime soon, so keep it in mind. And you may even buy the yarn. And let me show you what yarn I was using. Now the 3 stripes in LORRIE'S sweater are these colors right here. It's an ivory, Hobby Lobby, I love this yarn. And the 2 rustic yarns are olive and chicory root, which is the brown right there. Let me get that up there where you can see it. And they have little nips in there, so they're interesting yarns to use. And those are the 3 colors that I used to make this sweater. You can, of course, use a self-striping yarn if you want to, and it would give you the same look, only it would be a lot easier. This is a little bit more traditional striped sweater, and I love the yarns, the colors that I selected. They're really pretty, and all of it from Hobby Lobby just because it was on sale one day, and I went ahead and bought it. I thought, all right, I'll take it. I bought 3 skeins each of the colors and 1 skein of the ivory. I love this yarn, which I can use anytime on an Afghan or something like that. So I usually keep this in stock. I need to go back and get some white for my little Afghans that I make, my little throws, because the white is a great offset for any of the stash yarns that I have, so I can alternate it with white, and makes it very easy to make a throw. You don't have to coordinate it so much if you have white. And you can also do that with black, but I'm usually more of I like the lighter colors, a little bit lighter colors. So anyway, I wanted to show you that. That's the yarn that I used, and I used a J hook to make this particular sweater. But all that'll be in the pattern, and hopefully I'll have that out before 2030. Y'all know I was just kidding about 2030. I will have it out before then. Sure I will. All right, almost finished with this one. This is a new little baby blanket, and loving this. This is just a stash blanket, just making it out of stash and some white. I love this yarn by Hobby Lobby, and I ran out of white by Hobby Lobby. So I went to my stash and I found some white Caron Simply Soft, and I'm using that. I will say this. The Hobby Lobby and the Big Twist from Joann's, which I had some of also. This is Simply Soft and much thinner yarn. I mean, just it's almost not even there. It's much thinner. But it is a size 4, so I forced myself to use it, and I don't love it, but I am finishing the baby blanket with it because I don't plan to go to Hobby Lobby for a while, and I wanted to go ahead and finish this blanket. So I'm putting on the edging with, and I did the last row of double crochet with the Caron Simply Soft, and it just doesn't have the bulk that Big Twist and Hobby Lobby, I love this yarn, or any of the other yarns from other places, I don't know, but it's very thin, and I'll hold that up there and show you. It's a little bit thin, but it is very soft and very slick, and I like that about it. I do like that. I wish it was a little more substantial, but Caron Simply Soft is just not. I've have 10 skeins of it over there in different colors that I've used for different things, and I'm not pleased with it as much as I am like this is Hirschner's, very substantial yarn. I really like that. That's their Springtime Colors, Worcester, Hirschner's 8, I think it's called. This one also, this is a Joann Big Twist in the shimmer, I believe it's called. And there's another one in the light green, quite gorgeous. These are just stash yarns that I have over there in my pile, and I grab them and I work on baby blankets most every evening if I'm watching TV or something. But I've been disappointed with the Simply Soft for a blanket. I don't really like it. If you're using a much smaller hook, that might work. I'm using a K hook for this because I want to drape, but a K hook with substantial yarn is different than a K hook with Karen Simply Soft. I really should be using a J hook, but I didn't want to size down because it might make the edging too tight. So I'm kind of stuck there. I'm going to go ahead and finish it, but I would prefer a more substantial yarn to go with my stash yarns. Last but not least, I'm making a really pretty Funtime blanket, and this is my own design. I really like it. And I should have just made them all by this, but and I didn't save that very well. I didn't use my stitch marker to hold my yarns very well. Look at that. They're coming out. I guess y'all have had this experience before, and it's okay. I won't die from it, but it's okay. Here we go. This is the Funtime blanket, and I've only done a few rows on it since last week. But it's going to be very pretty. Look at that. See, that is a very pretty combination. And I'm using the Cozy Occasion blanket yarn from Hobby Lobby. I went crazy when they had their sales, 30% off, and they do it every so often. So when they do that, I always make a trip in there and buy things. This was regular price on this was $5.50 or $5.49, and you get 30% off of that. So I had these two colors I had my eye on, and that's Deep Sage and Ivory. Deep Sage and Ivory, very pretty together. And so that's how it comes out. And this may be my blanket for the wintertime. I like to have one to snuggle up with in my chair when I'm watching TV at night and working on something else. So I'll probably make this a little bit bigger than I would a Boggy Creek or something like that. But I really do love this yarn. And it's not, I love this yarn. This is called Cozy Occasion. It's in Hobby Lobby. You'll find it there. And they have a lot of pretty colors, really nice colors. As you can see from the Big Stitch Daisy Granny Square coverlet or throw, that was also Cozy Occasion yarn by Hobby Lobby. Not sponsored at all. I'm just in there and I really like their yarn. Let's talk about giveaways. Love to give away stuff from my studio, and I found this last week. This is so pretty, crochet geometry. Very, very nice. This is by Shannon Bowlesby, and he is a prolific designer. Here are some of the designs. I should have shown this last week. Here are some of the designs in the book. Very size inclusive, very beautiful stitch patterns. Everything is quite lovely. And those are in here. I think there's some others too, but that may be all. There's some great charts in here to follow. If you want to start following charts, you can do that. Just some beautiful designs in here. I just love these. Those are really pretty. And he's done a very nice job on this book. This is Crochet Geometry, and a lot of y'all wanted this. You sign up with the word book, and you could get in the running for this. So that is one of our giveaways today. Also, a couple of skeins of this, actually maybe 3, I don't know how many, of Hugh and Me. I don't mean to shake it. That's so, I don't like that. So, Hugh and Me by Lion Brand. This is 137 yards of a size 5 yarn. So you can make a hat out of that or something else and trim it in black. But this is actually called Werewolf. I don't understand that. Werewolf. And there's the color there. These are the 2 colors that I'm giving away. So if you wanted those, you signed up with the word Hue, H-U-E. So let's turn the camera to the computer and find out who wins these 2 gifts this week. Here we are at the computer, and we're going to select our 2 winners for today. I've already typed in the word Hue, as you can see it right there. And we're going to give away this yarn, the Hue, 2 colors of yarn. Let's get our comments. So we want to see how many people are working on that. Okay, about the same number. And let's find out who wins the Hue and Me yarn by Lion Brand in the Arrowwood and Werewolf colors. 2 weird colors. Nora Igra, maybe? I don't know how to pronounce that. But you have won the Hue and Me yarn. So congratulations to you. Let's go back over here, and we're going to type in the word for the Crochet Geometry book, and that's the word book. Easy as pie, which we'll put that in a lot of your comments. And so let's go here and see how many there are. Yes, there are a lot of people want that. So let's go and find out who wins the Crochet Geometry book. Really nice book. Really love it. Goldie McGee. Goldie McGee, you have won the crochet geometry book. I hope you enjoy it. And congratulations to both of our winners. Please enjoy signing up for the giveaways every week. I'll be talking about another one here in just a minute. Congratulations to our winners. Please use the email address and send it to me. Use the word winner in your subject line, and I'll be able to see that quickly. And be sure to send your name and address, and I will take care of that right away. Now for next week. A while back, I was inspired by Juan, the Yarn Addict. I'll put a link to his channel down here. Y'all probably already know him. A lot of his folks watch me too, and I appreciate that. But he inspired me to do some rolling up of yarn that I needed to kind of consolidate. I had a lot of weeping yarn, which means the strings are everywhere, the ends of the yarn. They're not neat and tidy, and so I have a yarn winder over here. Let me see if I can get a picture of it. There it is right there, a yarn winder on my desk. And I did this one day. I just grabbed a bunch of yarn and did it, and I don't have anything to use it for right now, so I'm going to give this away. It's not a very fancy item, but it will do, and you can make an afghan out of this, or you can do whatever you want to. But I have 4 of these, and there's one, there's the other one, there's another one. These are just worsted weight yarns. These are all size 4, and there are 2 more there. They're not the most beautiful, but you know what? They have lots of yarn on here, so I'm going to give these 4 away to a lucky gift recipient next week that uses the word yarn in their comment down below. When you write me back and put a nice comment in there, which y'all are wont to do always. Beautiful comments. Thank you so very much for watching my show. And if you use the word yarn somewhere in there, you'll be in the running for those 4 cakes of yarn that I made up with some of my previously used yarns. Very, very nice. They're not previously used. They're just in my stash. And then I found this book, and I bought this at Thrift Books. Y'all probably know what that is, but it's called Practical Modern Crochet. And a really cute book. I really like it. I've used it for inspiration. I've never made anything right from it. It belonged to a lady named Eileen Gray. You can see her name right there. But all the pages are intact. There are no writings on the pages at all. And a lot of these pages have black and white, but in the front there are some colored photos right here. And this was my favorite right here. This is so cute. This is a mommy's hat and a little baby's hat and the little afghan to go around the baby. And all they're done in kind of vintage. This is a vintage book, I'll just say. And you can guess when it was published. It was published in 1973, so it's a vintage book. And there's some pictures of some of the articles in there. I don't know where anybody would wear this, except if it was COVID era again, but oh, maybe you can wear it up north. I'm sorry, I forget that it gets so cold up there you really want to cover your nose and your whole face, so I understand that. And here are some other items that are in here as well. Some really cute things that you can make. This is a really nice book, and the author is Vibeke Lind. There's her name right there, Vibeke Lind, I believe is how you pronounce it. This may be her on the front, I don't know. But all the patterns are a little bit vintage, but so is this. Some of these colors were in the pictures. So I guess I've delved back into the vintage vibe, and when I found this book, I thought this would be a great giveaway. So I'm going to give that away to someone who writes the word modern in your comment. M-O-D-E-R-N, modern. Be sure to write that in your comment if you want to be in the running for this next week. Well, that's it for today. I hope you've had a great video time. There are no mid-roll ads, so I hope you weren't interrupted by anything. You shouldn't be. And I hope you have a wonderful week. Now, thank you to our members and to our subscribers and to everyone who watches my show. Be sure to subscribe if you're not subscribed. Be sure to do that. And like this video. I would hope you would do that if you did like what you saw. And if I've inspired you at all, be sure to visit our gift shop. Right there are the new books that are personalized. You can get those on Etsy. I'll place a link to the shop in my show notes down below in my description box, and you can find it there. I'll say Cardinal Personalized Book, and you can find it there if you don't want to go searching around for it. I hope you've enjoyed today. I really have. I've had so much to say. I hope it's not too long a video for you, but I really wanted to go through all the things I went through and show you my new diamond painting. That's so exciting. I'm being sponsored by Jade at Jaded Gem Shop, and I love her. She's so sweet. Offered to collaborate with me, and so I'm doing that with my very famous painting that I wanted to do for so long, and I finally do it. William Burton is his name, the artist, and Meeting on the Turret Stairs. Now, next week, I'm going to talk about the story behind that, but I'm running out of time, so I'm not going to do that today, but I will talk about that next Friday, and join me then to find out what's on the hook.